Welcome back to the exciting world of cycling. Of course, our main girl here being so enthralled by the aspect, by everything that comes with it, giving herself wings, a team to cycle with. Everything is going swimmingly, other than the multiple leg cramps and exhaustion that follows. And maybe we should mention the exorbitant amount of money she's been spending. The empty bank accounts might be hurting more than any physical pain. But as we know, all of them are working their hardest to fulfill their dreams of continuing to bike around. And now that the team jerseys are all handed out, everyone going out together, looking as one cohesive unit. Only onwards and upwards from here. Some of the big races, campaigns, or anything within her grasp. She needs to actually put in the effort now. And that's making sure she doesn't get caught by the ire or the accusatory eye of her sister or mother. Might need to put some locks on her bedroom door. Let's see some more long riders. There we go. She's on punter today. Actually just having a normal day travelling towards education or employment. When she's not forced to be stuck inside due to commitments and the like, she's constantly just out and about on her bike. Someone wishing that they were quite so free. Considering we've seen a face in the opening, was it? Well, we get to see this, actually, if it's now going through it. But considering that we have an already established team, are they going to need an extra member to add to their ranks? It was the opening. But also, unless it's going to be some person just from the shadows that's going to stay there for a while. Maybe a rival. But considering how much energy and smiles they've all got every time they've anywhere near a bike, she's going to face every new day and challenge with a grin. If only I could be so enthusiastic about the troubles to come ahead. I did mention it before, but I do like how it's not just a high school. Psyche. I saw you biking in this morning. This is slightly awkward way of starting a conversation. You can hardly part her from it. It's been a new facet into her life, something that she's not going to be able to ever look back on, or from. I mean, going from just I saw you biking into this morning to, I've got a road bike, I'm going to do a cycling event. I've got a team along with me as well. But looking at her speak with such passion about it as well. There's no sense of awkwardness when she's talking about something that she is so invested in. And you didn't ask any questions in return. So selfish. Was it a rather one-sided conversation? So, anyone that she can enlist, grow that cycling cult. But if you are to try and get more people joining in with this little fracas, then maybe you need to lower the expectation. She needs to stop jumping in surprise every time a unit of distance is mentioned. Wasn't that bad? If she got to the end of that 70k one and with relatively fine. I mean, if it's a no uphill struggle along the way, relatively flat, then all she needs to do is pace herself and hope there's no mechanical failings. Now, why would she put that much thought and effort into it? As long as it's enjoyable and with all the rest of them, there's no way she can turn it down. Although, did they really have to meet in McDonald's? Is she... She's becoming more and more terrified each time she has to talk to her. They're going to have to call in professional help soon. Well, she's been expending a lot more energy. They should know just by the fact that she's gotten the bikes and whatnot. One would hope. Depends exactly how much she has been eating. I, for one, have one of the, probably mentioned before, but annoyingly quick metabolism, so no matter what I eat, it's, I can just sit watching anime for the rest of my days and not have to worry about it. Pace yourself, don't go blasting off, or hopefully fall behind. And for one small outing for their team here, might not be all of them present, but definitely good training. I wonder what anyone else will think if they come across them and see their jerseys. Yeah, that did look kind of fun, actually. The no brakes, just let gravity do the work down the slight slope. I mean, as vast as the variety of landscapes and flora as possible is the immediate area around where they are. Might actually be good after you've been possibly sweating for a while on the bikes. Just think about the something delicious. Holstein cows. How many places do they frequent so much that it's almost routine and they're regulars there just because it's on their good choice? Are they regular out just because it's on their cycle routes? And what do they think of this little exchange that's going on there? It's a shared ice cream. And with their newfound freedom, how far they're actually able to go, are they going to do anything where it requires a stopover somewhere for the night? Like really long distance? Keep it a secret. Keep it quiet, keep it close. All they have to do is follow along. Also, was she saying to keep quiet? This is something that I feel I would actually do, in my head at least. If you got someone that's struggling to think of going at 100 kilometers or something, you set a course, don't tell them what it is, and do 150. They might not notice, and then think about it after. She may be struggling initially for a little bit, though. I need a small break. Ha. My plan doesn't quite work if she does have a distance calculator and everything on the front of her bike. But it was, what, 102 here? Not straight 100 all the way. Congratulations to her, even if it was slightly brushed off as, there you go, 100k. Well done. And only slightly out of breath. I think it's thanks to them spurring her on and her own drive to do it. There's no running away from it now, is there? With the 100k beneath her belt. Puncture repair kit. Is she going to have enough room? Is she going to have to take a hiking rucksack, a suitcase towed behind her on a bike? They are showing a little too much concern. It's going to be fun to try, though. Well, I think that's assuaged all, well, some doubts that they had. There's only so much they can fear for her. Don't want to burst her exuberance. Is that a scratch on the front? How? Well, and she's the one to bring it up rather than anyone else. But is she insured to help drive? But does she need a booster seat? Ah, I did think she needs a booster seat. Let's change the conversation topic pretty sharpish. She doesn't seem too apologetic about the scratching the bodywork, though. Hmm. Well, they're mostly right. She's actually sitting eating rather than walking, but still. Hmm. It almost seems so real, doesn't it? I don't know if I've ever been in an event where I get a number and have it registered for me and everything. Come for the biking, stay for onion rings, various pastries and cakes. Do they need any sort of waivers or anything to sign with all of this? Was that part of the security check? 4 digits. Quite a few applicants then. It is quite nice to see it's kind of organised. Them get through all of the bits and pieces relatively easily. I've driven past quite a few competitive cycling things with 20 plus people all in a line. It's annoying to try and get past all of them, I will say. If it's cheaper. Is she already there? Somehow she's already gotten into the room before it was even reserved. Unless she's had to drop out for some reason. Them just assuming that she's already there. She's been there for hours, in fact. The different baths next to it, they need to make sure she doesn't drown. I mean, who doesn't like who doesn't like a warm bath to lay in? Allies. I mean, I was about to say something like, why is that acceptable? I don't think you'd have that sort of size based camaraderie if you're staring at each other in the men's showers. I see. So that's her meal. What are they ordering? Well, I hope they weren't too hungry. Good sleeping position. So, some people battle with snoring in their sleep. Others have to listen to her mumbling, probably talking about food in some form or fashion. She'll wake up without a pillow in the morning. Hmm. Before a big event, yeah. She'd be way too excited about it. It may be some big event, they've all got registered numbers and everything, but no need to push themselves to extinction. They just let her sleep for a while. She's just woken up. Give her a minute. And where are they in the crowd? I didn't quite see them in the long shot. Hmm. They say that, but as soon as it starts, they'll be attacking each other with bats to be first place. Hmm. Well, come on, they can edge themselves closer to the start point than that. I think the 3D animated bits when they're on the bikes always looks a little janky. Well, I'm guessing we'll be seeing that part later. This was all the build up to the big event. Her practicing being forced forward. The fact she's managed to get this far. I think with a long distance run and whatnot, they're going to be. Well, she's going to be slightly tired. She did well this time. It was only nearing the end that she started getting out of breath. But I think with everyone else there, it's not just the few of them going on their own little trip, but all the other riders. How's that going to spur her on? Is if others start to overtake her, is she going to start spiraling into despair? But at this point, why hasn't her mother and sister just accepted things? They know what she's like. There's no need to show such concern all the time. I really do love long riders. It's so calming and chilling, and then you realise how anyone lives just so brightly with that kind of smile each time, every day. Yeah, must be exhausting. I will say, though, that I'm so glad for her to have these friends to go along with because if it was me, there is almost a 0% chance that I would attend an event like this by my lonesome. Not because I'd be afraid I wouldn't be able to complete it. It'd be more like I would end up getting lost on my way to it. I need someone to be there so I can, or A, make sure I'm going where I'm supposed to and they can confirm, but also if it does go wrong, it's their fault. Take zero accountability. Oh, and I guess something about things being better with friends and people you can talk and relate to. Big turnout for this event. The fact that their start is coming up, they're able to start their journey. You've already done 100k, what's 1.6 times that? And considering we got introduced with the new one, Psyche, how is she going to work in the story if she starts to take interest? If you're gonna go out and purchase her own bike, you can be riding alongside them, or not spend a shit ton of money, just start small. She did like that she was just riding to school, so you don't need to dive right in with competitions or anything straight away. There is almost actually a sense of sadness that I got from the shared room that they experienced for a bit. Probably completely unbeknownst to the show itself, but because it will be a long time coming before I ever have a experience like that again. Last one was 14 years ago, maybe longer, when I was going snowboarding. I mean, because, when you go on a school trip, they're not going to fork out for a room each. There is certainly a different sense when you have a bunch of friends all lodging together. Despite the fact that I can have a 10,000 calories a day and not really be affected, maybe it should come down to a fact of, using it as a treat. If I've actually gone out and done something, had a productive day, well, then I can have the entire cake to myself. 4 litres of ice cream? Not until you've gone outside and touched grass. Still, if you have enjoyed this episode of Long Riders, then let me know. If you leave a like and a comment down below, it really helps out the channel. Shows a bit of your enthusiasm. Doesn't transfer over to actual exercise, as much as it would be cool if it worked like that. But every time any of you shows some enjoyment, some engagement, it makes me think maybe there's something to all of this cycling lark. So if you think I should go outside for a bit, consider subscribing to the channel. But mostly, make sure you rest up well, whether you got an event or not. You really don't want to miss it. So I'll see you in the next one. It's no joke when I say that all of you really have been an inspiration to me as to why I continue to watch more anime. If it wasn't for your enjoyment, I'm not sure I'd be keeping the channel going as long as I have. So, if you would like to see it live for just a little while longer, consider joining onto my Patreon as well, because alongside the likes of Noku, Sal, Royville, Ruben Filamauer, Guado, Kite, Raywin, Lightwizard91, Shiwan, Tori Jane, and everyone else. It may not be 160k, in fact in my life it might not even be 2.5 meters, but I really am going places thanks to you.